Hello, good evening, everybody. Fatima, Pokbola, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are you guys doing?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you.
Fine, sir.
Okay. Welcome to this aspect of the class where we are going to introduce ourselves to CIT735, Application of Software Design and Multimedia. And so the very first class we'll be having now, we are going to have 2 classes today, but we have missed out 3 weeks. 2 classes today for the first 2 weeks, 2 classes next week for the next 2 weeks before we now get on a balanced footing. So we'll be looking at basic concepts.
I said on the gen.
Please, can you mute your mic? You're disturbing us in the background. Okay, so we start with basic concepts in multimedia. That should be our very first lab for today. This particular course, Application, Software Design and Multimedia, is intended to develop your understanding of the basic concepts of multimedia software application design. When you are talking about multimedia, you are actually talking about multiple media existing in different formats. The media many of us are traditionally used to is the text media where you type letters and numbers. So when you now add audio, you have video, you have graphics or animation, add them together, and they are now coming in all these formats mixed together. You now have multiple media. Multimedia.
How many cups?
Please, can we have a muted sound in the background? Switch off your mic, please. And switching it off, you are still putting it on. This course also provides you with practical knowledge and hands-on experience in designing and implementing effective multimedia applications. So our hope is that you will find the course enlightening and that you find it both interesting and useful. Okay. In the longer term, we hope you will get acquainted with the National Open University of Nigeria, and we wish you every success in your future. The objectives of this course, of course, we are supposed to highlight it at the end of this particular unit we are going to start with. You should be able to define the multimedia concept. That is, at the end of the unit, you should know what multimedia means as a concept. You should be able to explain the benefits of multimedia applications. What are the advantages? Why do people desire it? You should be able to describe the various areas where multimedia systems can be applied. Where are they used? How are they used? You should classify multimedia systems, put them into their different categories. And you should be able to outline the various multimedia data elements. What are those elements that make up multimedia itself? And lastly, you should be able to carry out an exposition on the historical landmark in relation to multimedia. That is, tell us a little bit of history about how multimedia came about. Our first part will be to start with the definition. Multimedia. I think this is media that uses multiple, plenty forms of information content and information processing. For instance, you have audio, you have graphics, and you have video. And it is used to inform, entertain, or educate the user. I think this definition was given by Access Developer Network. Another definition says multimedia is a combination of text, we have agreed, animated graphics, video, and sound delivered to an audience, which can be learners, listeners, or viewers through electronic means. That is, when you mix text, graphics, or let's say pictures, video, and sound, put them together, and you are able to use electronic means to deliver them to an audience. What you are delivering is essentially multimedia. Sometimes it may not be an audience, it can be another person. You are passing it through electronic means from one computer to another, from a telephone to another device, from your phone to your smart television. That is multimedia. Mayer in 2001 defined multimedia as presenting words, such as printed text or spoken text, and pictures such as illustration, photo, animation, or video. Then, according to Marshall in 2001, multimedia is concerned with the computer-controlled integration of text, graphics, drawings, still and moving images. The moving images are video, the still images are pictures, animation, audio, and any other media where every type of information can be represented, stored, transmitted, and processed digitally. You look at the definition, you have a computer-controlled integration. That is, the computer is there controlling how a mixture of text, graphic, drawings, still and moving images, including animation and audio, and any other media you can think of, use them to represent every type of information, store them, transmit them, and process them digitally. That's another definition. Ayo, in 2001, defined multimedia as the delivery of information in intuitive, multi-sensory ways that our senses can perceive, through integration of distinct media such as text, graphic, computer animation, motion video, and sound in a single presentation, which is computer controlled. Definitions still continue. Another simple one is that by Doran and McCormack in 2000 says that multimedia refers to the combination of multiple media to effectively convey a message. So when you are now sending a text message to somebody, that is a form of multimedia. You are trying to tell the person something. If you now add picture to it, you're also trying to tell the person something. You record your voice to send to the person, you are trying to tell that person something. So you can combine most of these formats together just to deliver a message to someone. And that message will now be classified as multimedia. Another one by Elson Cook in 2001 says multimedia is a combination of a variety of communication channels for presenting text, graphics, audio and video with links, and tools that allow users to interact, create, navigate, and communicate. ICT for LT, I think ICT for Learning Technology, define multimedia refers to computer-based materials designed to be used on a computer that can display and print text and high-quality graphics, play pre-recorded audio and video material, and create new audio and video recording. If you look at all these several definitions we have given, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, each definition the network is behaving, but it's raining heavily here. Raining heavily here, and I hope it doesn't affect the class seriously. That is the problem. It's raining heavily here. So let's continue. I said we talked about 8 definitions. When you look at each of these 8 definitions, every one of them has something in common in the way they describe multimedia, and that is that whatever way they presented it, multimedia is a combination of text, followed by audio, video, animated graphics. And when you combine them together, they are used to present and move information from one place to another, using the computer as a tool. It can be used to make that particular movement from one place to the other. So that is how we describe multimedia. I hope you can hear me well now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The concept of multimedia, as observed from the various definitions above, connotes 3 facts, namely, the first one is a presence of a message or information, which is a content. And this content will be combined or made up of different formats like audio, test, as the case may be, video. So the information could be a learning material. If it's a learning material, it could contain pictures and text. If it's news, it could contain audio, video, as the case may be, and could be read from somewhere, which could be in text. Could be a business presentation where you have graphics, drawing, video, audio, and text put together. It could be an awareness creation on some health, political, social issues, or even entertainment, which is made up of animation and so on. So the multimedia connotes three facts. The first is presence of a message or information, which is the content. Then there must be a source and destination. A source where this message is coming from, a destination where this message is going to. So the speaker and the listener, like we are talking now, the source is from my own end. The destination is at your own end, where all of you have your computers. Teachers and students, government and our citizens, business and its customers. And then after the source, destination, as the case may be, you could also have communication channels. If the message is already formatted in the proper format, you have a source where the message will live, you have a destination, and this source and destination are not in the same place. Probably the message will have to travel through a channel or medium. And so communication channels are the media through which the message is passed. These channels could be traditional means such as symbol, text, scrolls, spoken words, graphic drawing, pictures, illustrations, and images. Or they could be in electronic form, such as audio cassettes and radio presentation like audio. They could be in video cassettes and television presentations as video. They could be in slide, computer PowerPoint, YouTube, and graphics animation. So therefore, we can safely say that multimedia is a medium with multiple content forms. That is, it has several content, multiple content forms. So multimedia is a medium with multiple content forms. What you mean by multiple content form means a combination of different media, not just one. And these multiple content forms have what you also mean by multiple content form having other multiple content form means they also are a combination of different content form. So in contemporary terms, it refers to electronic, which could be digital and computer, representation of information. This information can be in text, can be in voice, can be in still images, pictures and illustration, and their interactive electronic presentation could be made through text, audio, video, animation, and interactive content form. Does it have any benefits? Yes. Multimedia is used based on the following reasons, amongst others. One, it enhances effective presentation. Just look at this fact where someone is teaching you in front of a class and you are just about 500 in that class and the person is writing on a small board. It will be difficult for all of you to even see what that person is writing on the board or even follow. But if this person now has different screens placed on strategic areas of the class, even at the back, at each of the corners and at the front, a very big screen, and they all have microphone that could speak with PowerPoint pointing at each of these screens. And he's talking, no matter where you are seated, you could hear the person well, you could see what the person is presenting to you, and you could follow up without any problem. That is one benefit of multimedia. In this case, it could enhance effective presentation. So it is better when, instead of you talking, you can now present pictures, use text and the video to back it up. You communicate faster than when you just do talking and people are not seeing what you are saying. It's an effective and flexible communication tool. Very, very effective. It can reach out to as many persons as possible. If the people are deaf, communicate to them with pictures. If they are blind, you use touch to communicate with them. So it can fit into any format. And it is conducive to cooperative work environment. With multimedia, everybody does their own thing. They work well without being interfered by the other person. It facilitates high retention rate, hence high recall of knowledge content, meaning when you speak with the mouth, people may forget. But when you use picture to illustrate it with video, and they have a recording of everything you have said, they could play it over and over again, and it could help them recall everything that you have been saying all this while you are in class. It supports a large audience because for multimedia, it can be used to teach as many persons as possible. Take, for instance, the members of this class that are offering this course now. They are from different parts of the country. I read on the platform some minutes ago, somebody said he or she is from Yola, another from Lagos, another from Uyo, different part of the country. And meanwhile, I'm in Benin City talking, and everybody from different part of the country are in their homes listening to me. So it could allow me talk to as many persons as possible. Even if you're up to 5,000, you can all log into the Zoom, and we'll be having our classes together. Then it encourages participatory learning through interactivity. That in the different places where you are seeing the pictures, you are seeing the slide, you could follow up, and we are now interacting between ourselves. I could ask questions and ask Fatima, that is staying somewhere in the north, to give me an answer, and she'll be able to do that. Sorry, today was Eid al-Maulud, and they all ate the ram and cow on their own without remembering some of us, which is not fair. So it stimulates audience or learners' interest in the subject. When they see you teaching, interacting, using examples, using pictures to explain some concept, it makes them to be more interested in the topic. And it is easy to use, learn, and understand. These are some of the benefits of using multimedia as much as possible. So let's continue by applications. Where are these multimedias applied? Where can they be used? Because sometimes you say, multimedia, is it not only to teach? Not only to teach, it can be used in e-commerce. E-commerce is when you are buying or selling goods via the internet. So you can use multimedia to advertise. Animations can come up, real-life videos can be put, and you can have people endorsing the products. It can also be used for home shopping, where images of every of the product that you desire can also be snapped and placed online. And you can follow up on these images and their description to select the items that you are looking for. It can be used for education to develop your courseware. You have your course material in video format, in text format. Video format is the Zoom recording we'll get at the end of the day. Text format could be through the slide and through your course material. And you can also use it to deliver lecture from long distances. I'm here teaching you through Zoom. Everything is via multimedia format. In art and entertainment, maybe video on demand, interactive TV, games, digital video editing and production systems, multimedia are used. It's also used in engineering. Two things that happen in engineering: computer-aided design. You use multimedia to design products, bridges, buildings, roads, and so on. Multimedia tools can be used to design them. And then you could also have scaled-down version of most of these design that you are making. You could call them model. You can bring them small model that look like an estate. You show them that this is how the estate will look like when it is fully developed. All these ones are multimedia. It can be used in design. It can also be used in actual manufacturing. Then medicine is also another beneficiary of multimedia. They can be used to even simulate a lot of treatment regimes in medicine. A lot of ailments, a lot of parasites and pathogens, they can be simulated and represented using multimedia means. Then we also have multimedia database system, where you have data consisting of different formats, not just text. You have video, you have audio, you have pictures, including the text. they can all be mixed together and stored. So that multimedia database system is what leads us to the concept of what you call big data, data that is very large and diverse. It can also be used in mathematics as to simulate models, whether charts, in statistics, or equations. Multimedia can be used to simulate it. And then it can also be used to simulate mathematical puzzles that people will be called upon to solve. In business, multimedia is also quite useful. People use it in business to represent several concepts, especially in decision making, that will help them reach decision very fast. It could be in form of chart, could be in form of graphs, and they can use it to reach decision as fast as possible. It is also used in scientific research to depict research work, and then in spatial temporal application, that is applications that come and go as fast as possible, like World Wide Web, where you can view the pages today. Tomorrow, they are no longer there. Video conferencing, as it is coming, it is moving. Groupware and virtual reality. These are some few areas where multimedia apply. And then you can also have it even in navigational system like maps. Maps, multimedia system can be used there. On navigational system like maps, Google Earth, as the case may be. Classification of multimedia, you can actually classify them or group them into two, linear and non-linear categories. When you say linear, active content progresses without any navigation control for the viewer, such as a cinema presentation. It just goes like that. Non-linear offers some interactivity to control progress as used with a computer game or using self-paced computer-based training. Hypermedia is an example of non-linear content. Multimedia presentations can also be live or recorded. When you say it is live, it is just occurring as it is going, being captured. Or recorded, it could have been recorded and you are playing it back. What we have now in terms of content of what you are viewing, I'm seeing you and you are seeing me, it is live. But later on, when I send the video to you, it will be recorded because it is being recorded even as we are talking. A recorded presentation may allow interactivity via a navigation system, but a live multimedia presentation may allow interactivity via an interaction with the presenter or performer. As I'm talking, I mention Fatima, she answered immediately. I'll mention Haruna, he answered immediately. I want to mention Ade Bambo, he will answer immediately. So that is, we are engaging ourselves on a live multimedia presentation. Multimedia presentations can be in electronic form or in printed form. Electronic form is what you are seeing on screen. Printed form is the one you have in your course material, the book form, where you have printed it. That is what you call printed form. Multimedia may be broadly divided. Okay, we've mentioned linear and non-linear. Can be live or recorded. Sorry, I went back. Multimedia data element. What do you understand by that? The following multimedia data elements and their various forms, we can describe them below. The first one is text. When you talk about text, your mind should just go to characters, numbers, letters, all those things we started learning when we are at a young age, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. These are text. So it is any of the signs or symbols that are used in writing or printing and which represent a speech sound. A, G, H, S. Text mode refers to alphanumeric or character operation. When you say alphanumeric, it is made up of alphabet, made up of numbers, and made up of special characters. And so the computer uses this text mode to display letters, numbers, and other text characters. The text mode is also present on your mobile phone. Then you have facsimile or fax, which is a letter or a message that is sent in electronic form down a telephone line and then printed using a special machine called fax machine. Email has even killed off that fax machine. Before, it's just like a telephone, having a telephone number, you just write or you type and you put it into the machine. It now goes through it as if it's photocopying it and brings out your paper. It actually makes a copy of it, convert it into digital symbols and send it through the telephone line. It will get to its destination another fax machine with paper and the same kind of ink will print out what you just sent out. In the same, everything will look exactly alike. And then the other people have a copy of it. So you call it facsimile or fax. But nowadays, fax technology is on a gradual decline because much of what we do by fax are now taken up by email. You can scan, you don't need to fax, and it gets to its destination immediately. They also have document images, which are electronic versions of printed images. Just as you are now, you snap your picture, you put it online. That is a document image because it's a version of an image that you just snap from paper. And they are captured and converted through electrophotographic processes. Then you have geographic information systems, maps. Maps are becoming very important, especially for people like me that travel a lot, and some of you. When you get to a destination that you are not familiar with, you just turn on your Google map, and then it uses a geographic information system, which is a computer system that synthesizes and analyzes and displays many different types of geographical data in an easily understandable form. These geographical data have been captured and carefully stored on a large database, so that when you are now in an area, it now uses a sensor to plot the coordinates, a sensor which is connected to a compass. To plot your live coordinate, the coordinate will now be able to filter the area you are in from the database, and then you can start interacting with the map. We also have voice command and synthesis. We have this on our phone, but many of us rarely use it. Even me, I rarely use it. You can actually use voice command to simulate some of the commands you have on your phone. You can use it to print, to open a document, to lock and unlock your phone, if you really care to. Voice command is the use of words and syntax or spoken language to operate or control the computer. And a voice synthesis refers to the ability of a computer to produce spoken words. And when it is producing such spoken words, it actually simulates or imitates you. We have photographic images, which refers to the production of permanent images by means of the action of light on sensitized surfaces. Then we also have audio image messages. These are sounds which are recorded and probably broadcasted. Sound is physical phenomenon that simulates the sense of hearing. And in human beings, hearing takes place whenever vibrations of frequency between about 15 to 20,000 hertz reaches the inner ear. It might interest you to know that not all sound can be heard by the human ear. There are some sound that your ear can never hear. It doesn't mean they are not existing. They are. Like an ant walking on the floor now, none of us will be able to pick up that particular sound. So music, this is the organized arrangement and movement of sound made by instruments or voices through a continuum of time in a pleasant or exciting way. Graphics describes the process of information, objects, images, people, data, distribution, or statistics. That is distribution of statistics that are used in representing drawing, pictorial illustration, tables and chart, and so on. So I think this particular class was arranged for 1 hour. When we finish it, you can take a small break of about 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll start the next class at maybe 7:30 or 7:35 or so. So there are some exercises we are supposed to look at. Mention any 3 areas of application of multimedia. Balogun. 3 areas of application of multimedia. Taufik Balogun, can you mention 3 areas of applications of multimedia? Or you are not online. Haruna Ibrahim, 3 areas of applications of multimedia. Haruna Ibrahim, 3 areas of application of multimedia. Fatima Zara, I think you are online. 3 areas of application of multimedia. What is happening? Nobody online? Who can answer the question?
I'm online, sir.
You're online. You're online, sir.
But the names I mentioned, none of them is talking.
Okay, so the three areas of applications of multimedia. We have medicine, we have mathematics, and we have business.
You are correct. How beneficial is multimedia to the media, to medical, to education and entertainment sector? You can pick one. Ademola, entertainment sector. How beneficial is multimedia to them? You are not talking? How beneficial is multimedia to the areas of entertainment?
Was on screens.
To do what?
To provide entertaining motion pictures on screens and in movies and in theater.
Okay. Odetunde Matthew, how beneficial is multimedia to the medical profession? Matthew. Matthew is not online, but he just put on his video. What of HFU? HFU, your sound is on, but your video is showing black like mine. So how beneficial is multimedia to the medical profession? Okay. Flourishing, Temi. Multimedia as a concept typifies
the field of medicine, sir. It can be used
okay.
to stimulate disease and treatment regimen, sir.
Better, that is correct. Ajayi Olugbenga, presence of a message, source and destination, communication channel, all make up what you call a multimedia concept. Can you explain it? Ajayi Olugbenga is off. Any other person can answer. Multimedia as a concept typifies the presence of a message, source and destination, and communication channel. Explain.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Can I come in? Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, sir. The concept of multimedia has three facts, according to the explanation you gave us earlier. And communication can only happen in three forms: the source, of transferring the information, and the receiver of the information. So the better explanation is you as the facilitator. You are guiding us through our phones and the internet while we remain the source, the destination of the information. And everything is being done through multimedia, with you being the source, we the destination, and our phones being the communication channel.
You are a bit correct in your assertion. Give examples of multimedia in electronic as well as printed form. Oyira Sunday. Sunday Oyira. Give examples of multimedia in electronic form. If you can, okay, it's on. Example of multimedia in electronic form. Oyira Sunday. Okay, Abdul Ganiyu, can you answer it? Examples of multimedia in electronic form. Abdul Ganiyu, Abdullahi. That one just put on his Zoom and is doing something else. Kazim, can you answer? Examples of multimedia in electronic form. Kazim is also out. Oluwaseun Atere. Oluwaseun Atere, can you also answer? Out. Popo Ola-Adebayo. You are supposed to be on.
Multimedia in electronic form can be a text, fax, mail, or document.
We are talking of examples of multimedia in electronic form. So can you give us? in electronic form. Francis, I saw your own video presentation, audio presentation, correct. You are right. What
Hello,
about
sir. Yes, we
Hello.
can have it in.
Hello, sir.
you are talking? I can hear you. Please go ahead and talk.
Hello. Hello, sir.
I can hear you, please.
Hello.
Hello, you are talking. I can hear you.
Hello,
Can you go
sir.
ahead and give your answer?
You are
Yes.
live. We can hear you. Speak on.
Okay. I say we have
Hello,
television, radio, internet, film, music, entertainment.
You are correct. Zana Fatima Buka, you raised your hand. Please, can you go ahead and talk? Zana Buka, you raised your hand. Can you go ahead and talk? Maybe it was a mistake. Give an example of a live as well as a recorded form of multimedia. Live multimedia, recorded form. Can you give an example? Haruna Ibrahim, if you are on, you can answer that question. If you are not, okay. Live multimedia, recorded multimedia. Give an example. No response. Fatima Zana, can you answer? You raised your hand again.
Sorry,
Francis.
sir. I think the raising of hand is a mistake. But can you repeat your question, sir, so I can answer it?
Give an example of a live as well as a recorded form of multimedia. We will soon be logged out. We have less than a minute for this class to end so that I can start the other
Okay, so I
class.
think somebody else should answer that.
Anybody can answer. If you can't answer, we...
Hello, sir. Can I try?
Please go ahead. We don't have much time.
Okay, so for the live multimedia is what we are currently doing.
Yeah.
Teacher and we as the student listener. Then for the recorded multimedia this session, session is already recorded. They can as well later listen to what you have mentioned. So that's just the examples.
Okay. So in the next few seconds, we'll be out.